director who starred in her own film, how did you balance the macro view of managing the set as a director and the micro view of the focus of delivering a performance?
Yeah, I got that question a lot in interviews, and it's a really interesting thing to straddle, which is being in charge of the set and being part of the set. And I originally did not intend to be in my own movie, but it kind of became this organic part of the process. And I would say that I loved the creative process of being in the trenches with the actors and knowing what the actors felt, and at the same time being the one in charge. So I felt that those two things were extremely intertwined. And being a director and an actor, I really recommend for everyone who's in film to try being both, truly, because you want to know what it means, what the entire story is about, but at the same time, you gotta be in there with the actors to feel what it is that they actually have to do. So in my film, it was a very challenging process of flipping the gender roles and having to live in this alternate universe. And everyone thinks, oh, it's nothing, oh, it's funny, or it's this. But I had rules on my set, and we all had to, it was sci-fi, and it was futuristic, and so all of the characters, they had to like do this thing. They had to be like weird with the arms, right? And so I would tell all the actors, okay, you can't just speak, you have to go, and thank you so much for doing this, right? So it looks like we're weird people. So it looks like, talk about weird. So it looks like we're weird people, and it looks like we're in another world, and it looks like we're in the future. And then I would tell them to do it, and then I would do it myself as an actor, and I'd be like, man, that's challenging, you know? And so the empathy, I feel like the critical thing for doing both of those things, being an actor and director, is probably empathy. And empathy is something that gets really developed to a very high degree when you are doing 2 to 3 to 4 roles on a film set. Particularly for women, yeah. I mean, I was raised to be empathetic, and I was raised to care for everyone. I was also, by the way, I'm also an immigrant, also was the translator in my family, and yeah, and the person who like at 9 or 10 would go to a restaurant with my family, and no one would speak English, and I would order, and I would have to look at like 10 people in my family and be like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And then the waiter isn't looking at the adults. The waiter is looking at this kid. And so as a young kid, I would say I learned how to direct. Because, you know, by the time that I'm grown, I was like, oh, this is just like what it was like translating for family members what to do in a restaurant. You know? So yeah, that was too long, but whatever.